Welcome to iVision TV, where your vision is iVision. Today we have a show about gender roles and gender equality. My name is Sylvain, your temporary host, and we have with us
Jean-Rene Guillaume. Hi.
As I said, the topic today is a very controversial one. It's always been, and I think for a while it will always be because of the ever-changing world that we're living in. We're talking about gender roles, what we perceive as gender role today. And we're going to be opening up the lines for call in a bit. So feel free to call 305-298-6990. To get into the subject, gender role historically is basically the roles that we associate to different genders or sex, if you will, where we attribute a specific task or some roles to men, generally being more physical, and to women, roles that tend to be a little more nurturing, or where they have to use, different skills that we associate typically with the female gender. Genevieve, why don't you tell us what your take is on gender role?
Well, coming from this century, it's a new century, and I feel as though women are advancing a lot more than where they were from where my grandparents were back in 1950s. So I do believe that it's much better now because women are out of the kitchen, out of the house, where people tend to see that's where people tend to think that's where they are. And as myself, as a very independent woman or young lady, I believe that I don't really necessarily need to stay inside the house to make a living for myself. I can go outside and make just as well as a living as a man can. So, it's a very important issue. It's something that we women need to stand up for and understand that we don't have to stay inside the house and cook for our husband and clean. And even if you do, even if you are a housewife or something, it's a job as well. So.
I don't know. As far as gender roles, basically, from a Caribbean point of view, we tend to think of a man as the defender of the house, the person who's in charge of doing anything that is manual. For example, changing a tire, fixing the car, mowing the lawn, and those things. And as far as women, we tend to think of women as, more in terms of gender roles. We tend to attribute tasks such as cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids. That's typically something that women would be responsible for. And though it's rather frowned upon these days because of some new movements like women liberation, and like she said, women leaving the house more and seeking jobs and being able to get the same type of jobs as men, because before, as we know, women were not able to vote. Women were not able to, get certain positions. However, I still subscribe to the gender roles. Maybe, adapted to the times that we're living in right now. But I think women are still predominantly the ones who should be responsible for certain tasks, such as taking care of the kid, cooking, cleaning. And I know that's not necessarily a popular view, but I find that it is functional.
Vous regardez iVision. Vous regardez iVision. You are watching iVision TV.
There's no reason why Hillary Clinton couldn't be a president, but that would create some problems. Listen, that would create some problems.
Okay, so from what
Any more problems than us having a black president? I don't know, maybe not. Okay, but understand that a lot of people didn't vote for Hillary, not because they didn't think she was competent, but because they know she's a woman. And I think we both played a game. This is not a game that's only played by men. Women played a game as well.
Okay.
Sarah Palin played it pretty well.
Very
Sarah
well.
Palin was very quick to tell you that certain things, she's discredited for certain things because she's a woman that's playing the game. I think we're getting a call.
Yeah.
And hopefully this is about the leadership. Hi, caller, you're on. Could we turn up the volume on here? I can't really hear.
Yes, hello?
Yes, hi. Go ahead with your question. Yes,
Hello,
caller,
can you
you're
hear me?
live. You're live. Go ahead.
Yes. I don't understand your point on how you said Hillary Clinton couldn't be president. Yes.
Can you repeat what
I
you
don't
just said?
Can you repeat your question, please?
I don't understand his point on how he said that Hillary Clinton could not be president.
Well,
I'm sorry, tell her to repeat.
okay.
Can you repeat
Well,
this?
her question was, she doesn't understand your point as it were. Where you coming as Hillary Clinton cannot be president?
Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. Please, first of all, you're putting not what I said out of context, but you're putting words in my mouth. I never said Hillary Clinton could not be president. I said if Hillary was president, it might have created some problems.
No, I apologize.
Being that she's a female, this is not the first female president. She would certainly not be the first female president.
Why though?
But you have to understand who runs this country that we're living in. I'm sorry. You have to understand. You have to understand the world, the country that we're living in, and those who run it find it hard to sit back and allow a woman to be a president. Clearly, is it right? No, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying it's right. It's definitely something that we need to consider. But at the same time, realize that she did not make it not by lack of potentials, not by lack of credentials, but just because of her gender. That's just how it is.
Well, I don't necessarily agree to that because I don't think she just didn't make it because she's a woman. I feel because I personally don't like, as Hillary Clinton, some of her views they're very similar to Obama. However, there's some places where she lacked, where Obama succeeded, was a lot better at, for instance, managing their money, their budget. With Obama, strictly went everything on. He got his money from raising money, the volunteers, and like fundraisers and stuff like that. Whereas her, within the half of her campaign, she had already over exceeded her budget. So it doesn't all fall on her gender. She plays a role on how well she managed her campaign.
I totally disagree. Hillary Clinton. It's safe to say that she did go over the budget, because I mean not over her budget per se, but she clearly she carries a debt because of it. Barack Obama had different funds, but the thing also to realize is Barack Obama outspent anybody, and Barack Obama made history with the amount of money that he spent. That's to say that he had funds that were available to him that other candidates didn't have available to them. Okay. And as you just said, yes, Hillary Clinton on a lot of issues had the same views as Obama. So why didn't she make it? We know in the U.S. there are two things that have always been a problem: race and gender. Okay. And race runs deeper in the U.S. than gender. So it was safe before what we had seen to suppose that Hillary would have made it farther than Barack Obama.
Okay. So
do you understand? So to me, to my understanding of what I witnessed, Hillary was grossly discredited because of her gender.
So our caller, do you have a comment to that, to our statement?
I think we lost the
Hello?
caller.
Yeah, I think we lost the caller.
We'll go to the next caller.
Well,
I think we'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll address either a call or another issue.
Hi, we're Ron, and you're watching iVision TV.
check it out.
Regardez iVision. Vous regardez iVision. You are watching iVision TV.